Hello everyone, welcome to Talent Sprint. So in this session we are going to discuss the part 1 of Indian Constitution, that is Union and its territory. So how many parts does Indian Constitution has? It has around 25 parts. So in this session we are going to discuss the first session of Indian Constitution, that is Union and its territory. So what are the articles in the first part of Indian Constitution? We have from articles 1 to 4. So there are 4 articles in part 1 of Indian Constitution. So moving on to the Union and its territory, the part 1 of Indian Constitution. So moving on to the first article, the name and territory of the Union. So the first article says India is called Bharat. India is called as Bharat and it consists of 29 states and 7 union territories. So this is mentioned in the first article. So it says India has 29 states and 7 UTs. But this was not the case on 26 January 1950. We had only 14 states. So later states were formed based on administrative basis and based on the linguistic basis. So this is the first article number 1. It states about what is the name of India and it has 29 states and 7 UTs. So moving on to the next article, that is admission or establishment of new states. So what do you mean by admissions or establishment of new states? So articles 2 specifically mentions about whenever I take any territory from another country, I include under article number 2. Suppose example, if we take the Berubari Union, which was taken from the eastern Pakistan, that is the present Bangladesh, it was taken from the Bangladesh. So when this territory was exchanged with the some parts of India, so this was mentioned under article number 2. So whenever I take any foreign territory into the Indian country, I have to mention it under the article number 2. So admission or establishment of new states. So particularly for foreign states, I mention only in article number 2. So when I exchange between any countries, I have to mention it in the article number 2. Moving on to article number 3, formation of states, alteration of boundaries, areas and names of existing states. So what do you mean by this? So formation of new states. So if I see in article number 3, so I can form a new states by joining 2 states or 1 state and UT or 2 UTs or part of a state and UT or part of 2 UTs, like that. So I can play with the states and form a new state. So that I do it under article number 3. Suppose I want to increase the area of the boundaries, I have to decrease the area of the boundaries. I want to change the name of the state. Suppose the example was Uttaranchal was changed to Uttarakhand. Bangalore was changed to Bengaluru. So the final authority of playing with the states rests with the Union Parliament. It doesn't provide for the state legislatures. So the final authority to play with the states, to make the states or to break the states, it is the final authority of the Union Parliament. So it can play with the states totally. Clear? So it can also change the name of the state itself. So Telangana was formed under article number 3. The AP Reorganization Act 2014 comes under article number 3. Okay, so within the country, if I want to make a state, I will mention in article number 3. If I want any other territory from any other country, I have to mention it under article number 2. So moving on to the last article of this part. So laws, when I make laws under article 2 and 3, so there is no need to amend article 368, but I have to just change the schedule number 1 and schedule number 4. We have already seen what are those schedules. So schedule number 1 means it consists of the names of the states and the year of formation. How many states are there? 29 states and 7 UTs. So if I want to make a state, I'll add the name in that, in the first schedule. So what do you mean by schedule 4? Schedule 4 states the allocation of seats to the Rajya Sabha. So if I make a state, I have to allocate seats in the Rajya Sabha. So only Schedule 1 and Schedule 4 are to be amended. So no need to amend the article under 368. So there is separate amendment procedure under 368. So whenever I make any state or break any state under article 2 or 3, no need to amend 368. We have taken amendment procedure from South African constitution. We have seen in the sources of the constitution. Yes. So no need to amend 368. Just change the schedules under Schedule 1 and Schedule 4. That is enough. No need to amend 368. So these are the 4 articles. So first deals with the union and territory, the names of the states and duties. Second deals with incorporation of territory into the Indian territory. Third is, if I want to make or break states within the country, I have to mention it under Article 3. And last is, no need to amend 368 for Articles 2 and 3. Just I have to change Schedule 1 and Schedule 4. So this is the Part 1 of Indian Constitution, which are from Articles 1 to 4. Moving on to the next part, that is citizenship. So what do you mean by citizenship? So citizenship is mentioned in Part 2 of Indian Constitution from Articles 5 to 11. First article, article number 5. So what is article number 5? Citizenship at the commencement of Indian Constitution. So what do you mean by commencement of Indian Constitution? Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. So who are those people who get citizenship at the time of, on the date of 26 January 1950? So they get citizenship, those who have born in India, whose parents are born in India, or who have registered at Indian Embassy or the Indian registration offices for citizenship, but they have to stay at least for 5 years before the commencement of Indian Constitution. So these are the things which are mentioned in article number 5. How do they get citizenship? At the time of commencement of Indian Constitution, by birth, or by parents born in India, or he has, as the person has stayed for 5 years before the commencement of Constitution, that is 26 January 1950. He has to stay continuously without any gaps, okay, before the 26 January 1950. So this is mentioned in article number 5. Moving on to article number 6. Rights of citizens of certain persons who have moved from Pakistan to India. So those who have moved from Pakistan to India before, but they have to move before 26 January 1950. Then only they will get Indian citizenship under article number 6. They have migrated from Pakistan to India before 26 January 1950. So then they will get the citizenship of India. Moving on to article number 7. Rights of citizenship who have moved from India to Pakistan, and from Pakistan to India they have moved for resettlement. This is article number 7. First they have moved from India to Pakistan, then from Pakistan they have moved for India for resettlement, but they have to migrate before 26 January 1950. Then only they will get citizenship under article number 7. Okay, moving on to the next one, article number 8. So persons who get citizenship who reside outside India. So who reside outside India are called NRIs, non-resident Indians. So at the time of commencement of Constitution, that is 26 January 1950, so before, if they register on Indian embassies outside India as NRIs, they can get the citizenship of India under article number 8. Okay, but they have to get registered before 26 January 1950. So this is article number 8. Moving on to the next article, article number 9. Persons who have voluntarily taken the citizenship of outside country or any other country except India, they lose their citizenship. Why they lose their citizenship? Because they have voluntarily taken the citizenship of other country. So that's why they lose the citizenship. This is one form of losing citizenship under article number 9. Moving on to the article number 10. Continuance of rights of citizenship. Suppose if you are a citizen of India, you will be continued as citizen of India. Okay, except parliament, it can give citizenship or it can take away citizenship of any person in the country. So you will be continued as citizen of India till you are citizen of India. Next is article number 11. Parliament to regulate the laws of citizenship. What do you mean by that? So parliament is a final authority to give citizenship to any person or to take away the citizenship of any person. So it can make laws. So these are the things which we have seen from article 5 to 11. So these talk about the citizenship at the commencement of Indian Constitution, that is 26 January 1950. Sir, what about the citizenship now? Suppose I want to get citizenship, any foreigner wants to get citizenship. So what is the procedure now? So the procedure is, there is separate citizenship act called Citizenship Act 1955. So through that act, the parliament regulates Indian citizenship. It can give citizenship or it can take away citizenship. First we will see how the citizenship is acquired. So it can be acquired by birth. That means if you are born in India. By descent. By descent means if your parents are born in India. Next, by naturalization. By naturalization means the parliament can give citizenship to any person if it thinks so. Example is Mother Teresa. So Mother Teresa was given citizenship because of her charity in India. So she was given citizenship under naturalization. Moving on to registration. The present time period is you have to stay 7 years continuously before you get registered as citizen of India. Okay, earlier it was 5 years, now it is 7 years. Example was Adnan Sami. He was given citizenship after he has stayed 7 years continuously. Next is by incorporation of territory. So when I add any territory of any other country into India, so those people will become citizens of India. Recently, India has exchanged some parts of India with Bangladesh, and Bangladesh has given some parts to India. So those people who have come from Bangladesh become citizens of India as their territories were incorporated to India. Okay, so these are the methods of acquiring citizenship. Then how we lose the citizenship? So we lose citizenship by renunciation. That means voluntarily I give up the citizenship of India, or if I take any other citizenship of any other country, that is by renunciation. If a parent loses his citizenship, minor also loses his citizenship. Okay, then after he has to apply separately when he attains 21 years. Okay, next by termination. If you voluntarily acquire the citizenship of foreign country, you will no longer be the citizen of Indian country. Okay, that is by termination, you will be losing the citizenship. Next by deprivation. So deprivation means if you have got citizenship by fraud, you are related to either terrorist activity. Okay, so all these things will make you lose your citizenship under the method by deprivation. So these are the methods through which a citizenship is acquired or citizenship is lost. So which law regulates now? It's Indian Citizenship Act 1955. So successfully we have completed part 1 and part 2. So we'll meet in the next sessions. Thank you.